Hey everybody, this is Ant, and you are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast Broken Skull Sessions Series Recap. Today we are recapping Bayley, her successful climb in WWE. Bayley is here to sit down with Stone Cold Steve Austin, so let's get right to it. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay notified whenever new content from the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast is created. You can do that on YouTube. Also, you can check us out on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever podcasts are streaming. Check us out. So Bayley starts the interview with Stone Cold, and she talks about her new haircut. And Bayley says she's had it for a year now. And at first, she was in shock because her hair was very long. But after a month, she got used to it. Bayley used to get Pro Wrestling Illustrated, when she was little, and she was excited when she got the #1 Woman of the Year in 2020. And Stone Cold shows his clipping of the magazine in 1998 when he won #1. We see her promo on Sasha Banks from September 11th, 2020. And it was a very, very impressive promo from Bayley. We see a picture of Bayley meeting John Cena. And 2 hours earlier, she had met Rey Mysterio. And at 12 or 13, she knew she wanted to be a wrestler. She loved wrestlers like Trish Stratus, Lita, Victoria, and Gail Kim. But Lita struck out the most to Bayley. And Bayley would watch indie shows. She was at Big Time Wrestling. And they asked if she would want to join the wrestling school. And a year later, when Bayley was old enough, she joined. She had her first match after 8 months training. Bayley hated running the ropes. She met Serena Deeb, and Deeb and Bayley teamed together, and Deeb helped get Bayley a contract with Shimmer. While in Shimmer, Bayley teamed with Candice LeRae, and they had a 3-day tryout for WWE, and then she got signed by WWE. In 2013, Bayley was then sent to FCW, and she needed help with her character and promo skills. Her hugger character was created by the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. She pitched herself like a superstar, like Molly Shannon in the movie, but she added like dorky elements, and she just played off as a fan. It came off natural for her. She wanted to inspire little girls, and she did the tassels to represent Macho Man Randy Savage when she came out on her attire. She had the tassels. They talk about the Four Horsewomen of WWE. Ric Flair coined the term. Bayley was an outsider. She felt like she didn't really travel with Charlotte or Lynch, but they did text each other, and she did text Sasha a lot. And each girl wanted to do better in the ring. And Bayley always thought that she would be longer than all the other girls on the roster. They talk about NXT Brooklyn, Bayley versus Sasha Banks. Bayley cried before the match, and Bayley says she wanted to have a match like Rock versus Austin, and that's what they were trying to do at Brooklyn. She wasn't expecting the crowd to be so into it. Bayley was nervous when they had to do the 30-minute Iron Woman match. She didn't sleep preparing for this match. And Triple H was the one that actually called for this match after the Brooklyn match because it was so good, the Brooklyn match. She found herself as a good worker in NXT, as a locker room leader. She liked sharing things and wanted everyone to have fun and work hard. Bayley was confused at first when Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky were moved up to the main roster. And Bayley felt like she helped people like Carmella, Liv Morgan, and Lacey Evans. When she debuted on Raw, Bayley was excited. She won the Raw Women's title against Charlotte Flair shortly after. WrestleMania 33 was her first WrestleMania match, and it was crazy. Her family was there, and she was really into that moment. At WrestleMania 32, she watched from the crowd. She felt the three set the table for her, meaning Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky. Then we go to Raw. In August 7th, 2017, Bayley gets booed in Toronto, and it sucked because she really separated her shoulder and these fans were not into her. She felt like Vince McMahon didn't think Bayley was seen to do those TLC matches and was put into arm wrestling matches and display matches like that. She felt like she went backwards. And then they talk about Elimination Chamber in 2019 when they won the women's tag team titles. That was one of Bayley's proudest moments. They fought for the women's tag titles like crazy. At WrestleMania 35, they lose the titles to the Iconics. Bayley felt that match was a huge win for all of them because they had a great match and great people involved. They watched the main event between Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte on camera. At Money in the Bank 2019, she became the first Grand Slam winner. She got a huge reaction from the crowd. I was there, and she felt invincible in that moment. She felt like she spread her wings without Sasha in that moment. At SummerSlam, she was supposed to fight Ember Moon, and she felt it was presented to her and didn't click the way that was supposed to. NXT, she felt connected to the brand. But in 2019, she didn't know who she was or how she was going to make it better. She didn't feel like a champion. She wasn't feeling it for a long time. She was losing confidence, and Bayley felt she had so much to offer, but wasn't seen in that light. And Bayley would think Vince McMahon, he would tell her she was doing everything right, so it wasn't like she was doing anything wrong. She lost the SmackDown Women's title at Hell in a Cell. She gave them the idea of doing something different after losing and crying in the ring. So on October 11, 2019, Bayley cut her inflatable buddies, cut her hair, and she felt sad and scared, but it was like a breath of fresh air. We see her promo on Miz TV in October 2019. She says life sucks and then you die, and it felt good for her to say that. She didn't know how to get the fans to hate her. The role model name stuck out to her. People would call her that on Twitter so she could give up the hugger finally. She wanted to look miserable, so she looked at guys like Eddie Guerrero and WCW as inspiration. TJ Wilson was a producer, and he was a wrestling genius, and he pointed out things to her that she didn't even see. Bayley feels like her and Sasha Banks helps her out. Sasha helps her with psychology in the ring. Sasha knows what she wants to be and where she wants to go. And Bayley doesn't want to be like anybody else. In summer 2020, they were the tag team champions with Sasha Banks. They rejuvenated their chemistry together, and she feels their work as heels is better than their work as baby faces, and it was very fun. The Brooklyn match bonded her with Sasha, and Bayley feels safe, confident, and is a personal level with her friend Sasha. We then see SmackDown where Bayley attacks Sasha after losing the titles. We take a look at her Hell in a Cell match against Sasha, and she loves being a heel and yelling at Michael Cole. Old Bayley never had a Hell in a Cell match, and she's happy she had held the title for 388 days. She felt like she still has a lot to prove, and Bayley became a bit selfish and wanted to help herself more than others. And Bayley wants to win the Royal Rumble match. She wants a singles match at WrestleMania. And Stone Cold ends the interview telling her that she will definitely be in the Hall of Fame for sure. So we get a lot of stuff from Bayley in this episode. Huge, great information, a great episode. Definitely check back. She had some great matches and moments in her career. She definitely talked about all of them with Stone Cold. Our next episode of the Broken Skull series recap is with the boss, Sasha Banks. Excited to hear her thoughts. And with all the drama surrounding her not being in WWE, very interesting. Be safe, everybody. Peace in the streets. Talk to you all soon.